I go. In the car, we will ride. In the car, on the go, on the train, we will roll. On the train, on the go, everywhere. My God is everywhere. My God is way up high, down below, everywhere I go. Everywhere. My God is everywhere. My God is way up high, down below, everywhere I go. My God is everywhere I go.
Not that long ago, in a house not that far away, Callie's mom was in the kitchen baking delicious cookies. Callie was in her room practicing her epic air guitar skills when the smell entered her nose. Callie floated down the hallway, drawn to the smell like a magnet. She had to have one of those cookies. Callie peeked into the kitchen just in time for her mom to place the delicious cookies unprotected on the counter. Callie slowly approached. Just when she was about to grab the most perfect cookie of the batch, she saw it. It was a note left there by her mom. It read, "Hands off, for our neighbors. Do not eat. That means you, Callie. I love you." Callie couldn't believe it. Delicious cookies, and she couldn't even have one. What would Callie do? Back in her room, Callie thought about what to do. She could act like she didn't see the note and chow down. Is that what she should do, friends?
No!
Callie could have just one cookie and hope that her mom wouldn't notice. Is that what she should do, friends?
No!
Or Callie could do the hardest, most impossible, most death-defying thing of all. She could obey the note and not eat a cookie. But how? Maybe our Bible story will help Callie to resist the great cookie temptation.
By the way, friends, temptation is something you want to do really, really bad, but you know you shouldn't. I'm gonna join you guys for our Bible story today. Let's go!
It's time for today's Bible story. It comes from the book of Luke, chapter 4. Jesus was about to begin a very big adventure.
Ooh! What big adventure! Here I am, friends!
Well, Jesus was the Son of God, and he was going to show everyone what God was really like.
Whoa! That is big!
But before Jesus could begin this big adventure, he had to go into the wilderness to fight temptation. Temptation means really wanting to do something that you know you shouldn't do.
Wait, but why do we fight temptation?
We fight temptation because sometimes the thing that tempts us isn't good for us, or God has something better. Fighting temptation proves that we trust God with everything we need.
Okay, got it. But who was tempting Jesus?
The Bible tells us that the devil tempted Jesus. He is the bad guy in this story. And the first temptation that he gave Jesus was trying to get him to turn stones into bread.
Why would Jesus want to turn stones into bread?
Because Jesus was really hungry. He was in the wilderness with no food, and he hadn't eaten in a really long time. But Jesus knew that following God was more important right now. So, instead of making bread out of stones, Jesus said, "No!" And that's how Jesus fought temptation number 1. and won. Jesus fought 2 more temptations that were just as hard to fight.
What were they?
One was the temptation of Jesus getting lots of power if he listened to the devil instead of God. And the other was to the devil trying to get Jesus to test God's protection. But to both temptations, Jesus remembered God and he said, "No!" When Jesus came out of the wilderness, he was ready for his big adventure. And he knew that if he faced more temptation, he would be ready because God prepares us to fight temptation.
Hey friends, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I couldn't fight the temptation to eat a cookie. Nope, I did. How? Well, I read the note from my mom again, especially the end when she said she loves me. That helped me remember that my mom wouldn't stop me from eating those cookies, one of my all-time favorite things, unless she had something better in mind. And boy, I was right! The cookies that my mom made for my neighbor had peanuts in them, and I am allergic to peanuts. That means they make me sick. See, my mom knew what was best for me, just like God knows what's best for us. And because I fought the temptation to eat one, my mom made me Callie's Chocolatey Chip Explosion cookies. Peanut-free and the best cookies in the galaxy. That reminds me of how Jesus fought temptation in our Bible story. Jesus knew how much God loved him and would take care of him, just like my mom does for me. No matter how hard it is to fight temptation, and no matter how bad we want to do something we know we shouldn't, God has something better in mind. God loves us, and God is all we need, showing us that every day is how God prepares us to fight temptation. Thanks for learning and growing with me, friends.